Hello, and welcome to Cocktails with Kayleigh, the new section of the Yarn Story Podcast. No, really, this isn't really going to be a new segment, but today we're going to have some cocktails, and I thought it'd be fun to film the cocktail making before we go into the yarn. And Carmen is actually here. She's behind the camera right now.
She's going to be my frame anymore now, though.
She's going to be my lovely glass assistant.
Oh yes, I am here for the glasses. Look, we're using our gnomes.
Yes, because now it's the right time of year to use them.
It is the right time of year. They are like snorkeling Santa gnomes. They're pretty hilarious.
Yeah, okay. Good. Okay, well, so I was on Instagram this week at one of my lunch breaks, and there was this...
Sure, it was your lunch break?
Yeah, I think it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something. When I decided I needed a work break, and I was scrolling through Reels on Instagram, and I found this recipe, and I sent it to Carmen because I thought it looked amazing. And it's by this Instagram person. I don't even know who they are, but I know who they are now. And it's a recipe for a what she's calling an après-fall spritz, which I think is hilarious.
That is hilarious. I like that a lot.
But I couldn't get all of the ingredients that she called for, so we're gonna have a little bit of an experiment here.
We'll call it like an Amanda-esque.
Yes.
Après-fall spritz.
Yeah, an Amanda winging it après-fall spritz.
If you know Amanda who works here, she loves to cook and bake. And she very often says, I'm going to make this thing, and then uses none of the ingredients that are required.
So she's always like, oh, I'm going to make this thing, and it's just like, well, did you make that thing? It worked out in the end.
Yeah. I mean,
it always works out in the end.
Always tasty.
So basically, what she calls for it is Aperol, pear juice, cinnamon, sparkling wine, and sparkling water. And then you garnish it with some cinnamon sticks and some star anise, and it looks amazing. So I mean, go and check out her account because it looks like she has some other cool things as well.
We'll link it.
We'll link it, and she'll have no idea who these random yarn people are who are linking her. But
I still want to know where she got the cocktail shaker.
Yes, I know. It's amazing. So anyway, so we're gonna have a go there. I need to cut some pears first.
Okay.
I brought the tiniest knife to cut this.
We do actually have a sharp knife in the basement.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. Tell me what I can do.
What can you do? Do you want to mix? Do you want to add in the ingredients to my lovely Von Chef shaker?
Yes.
That isn't nearly as pretty as the other one. Yep. That's it. I came prepared.
You did come prepared. Well, you've got ice keeping the ice cold.
Yes, I did. So I was worried the ice would melt. So I'm gonna start off with some pretty. I'm gonna just slice off each end of the pear.
And ice in the drinks too?
No, I think if we shake it enough, then it will be cold enough. So I think I'm gonna make 2 at a time with the shaker because the shaker's pretty big.
Yeah.
So it says 2 ounces of Aperol spritz, and ounces, of course, are not helpful because I work in milliliters now. And how much is a shot? In ounces?
Wait, is it 1 ounce and 2 ounces, or
maybe?
No, but what's the recipe?
Oh, it says 2 ounces of Aperol and then 1.5 ounces of pear juice.
Okay, so I mean, I'd say this is a 1.
This is a 1?
Because...
Okay, and then this is a 2, because this is 50 milliliters and this is 25 milliliters.
Yeah, we could,
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do 2.
Because we're making 2.
Yeah. No, it says 2 ounces.
Oh, right, yes,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Somebody's going to comment and from America being like, yeah, no, that's way too much Aperol.
And then we're going to kill this segment.
Yeah. It's very clear that we're not going to get hired by the BBC to do a cooking show.
That we are not starting a cooking show anytime soon.
And then it says 1.5 ounces of pear juice, which I don't have. So I'm using this Belvoir Farm Festive Edition fruit punch because that seems festive.
I think that Amanda's told me that the pronunciation of that brand is actually Beaver.
Beaver? Really?
Yeah, or something.
Is that an R? No, that's definitely an L.
I know, but I could be wrong. But
I mean, I would trust Amanda's judgment, to be honest. So if we think that's 1,
yep.
I guess
we
I
could do 1 small one and 1
big one.
Big one.
Look at that.
Because we can do math around here.
And then it says, so we shake it before we put the sparkling wine in.
That's a really good idea.
you wanna be our?
Oh,
our
I can do the
chief
shaking.
shaker.
I can be the chief shaker. Yeah.
Come on, really go for it.
I'm gonna like lose the cat. It's like, oh, nice and cold.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And in the meantime, I think I'm gonna coat our glasses.
Oh, the glasses get coated?
Yeah, in orange, which I don't have, and
We're doing really well.
and cinnamon.
Okay.
So what I'm doing here is I'm putting it on the plate because I have no other idea of how I'm supposed to get it on the lip.
I mean, I think that's a good call.
Yeah. And then I'll do the other one. And hopefully that will get them wet enough to coat the cinnamon. Could also just, and then I'll put cinnamon like that.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
There are at least 3 people that have stared at us through the window of the
Being
shop
like,
so far.
what the heck? Probably wasn't wise to put the cinnamon on the wet bit, but you know,
I think it's working.
it's working well enough, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
that sort of
great.
works.
Yeah. I'm actually just gonna jump back over here to camera duty.
Yeah.
And
There we go.
you know.
I feel like, yeah, that works.
Oh yeah,
It's
I'm like
good
not
to
at
me.
all in frame.
Oh, are you not? That's so funny. It's like perfect for me.
Yeah. So everything I've just done has been been headless, but that's fine.
Okay.
I'm just gonna slouch.
And then I guess we put the
Don't mind me.
bears in the glasses.
They look great.
And then we'll, I guess, pour it in.
Yep. I mean, it's looking pretty
It
already.
is looking pretty. Very pretty.
Smells really good.
Yeah.
I mean, that might just be the cinnamon. But,
Yeah, I think it is cinnamon. Oh, that was pretty well done,
that is
actually.
well done. You could almost be a bartender.
Yeah, almost. I mean, absolutely no training, but almost a PhD in philosophy.
Almost, yeah.
That's
I think that's
look at
yeah.
you. All the people who are bartenders are like, no. We put a lot of training into it. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. So then I feel like with Aperol spritz, I always forget that they have sparkling water as well as this.
Oh yeah, no, I like that because I usually buy the proper Italian soda
Yeah,
to put in it
yeah,
because it's like a little bit more
good.
bitter
Yeah.
than plain old soda water.
And is this from Waitrose, this one?
I don't
I feel
remember.
like I've seen it before.
Possibly.
I feel like Waitrose has a similar label, but this
Yeah.
one isn't. But this is San Leo Prosecco, and it's very possible it came from Carmen's Good Pair Days, or
No, it's definitely one I bought at a grocery store. It was
okay.
just like in the fridge.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just my like
go-to.
need a bottle of Prosecco in the fridge.
So I'm not measuring. I'm just going for it. Isn't that kind of what Mary Berry does? She's like, when it comes to alcohol, don't measure.
Yeah,
just...
I mean, I think just leave some room for soda water,
Yeah.
I guess.
And we'll see how it works out. And I actually did get some soda water.
You got like fancy soda water.
Yeah. I mean, there's no taste.
I mean,
to
seriously, I'm so close to the glass now.
It does
Smells
smell
really
good,
good.
right? And then I didn't have cinnamon sticks, but I did have star anise.
I don't
so-
like star anise.
Okay, I
so
won't put
you
one
can
on
have one in
yours.
yours, but I will not have one in mine.
How the heck because of the licorice?
Yes.
Yeah, I love licorice.
Yeah.
I'll get that one.
Okay.
All right, there we go. So we're now gonna like swap positions and begin our usual.
And go back to our normally scheduled program.
Yes, and we'll let you know then and there how it is.
Yeah.
All right,
Hello and welcome to Yarn Story.
we're back.
Hope you enjoyed our little Kayleigh's cocktail hour.
Yep, exactly. It won't be a regular thing, but you know, I thought it would be fun.
I think it's fun and festive, and yeah, let us know what you think. I think I will definitely frame us both next better. Apologize that you didn't see my head in that first bit, but yeah, let's try these.
Yes, it could be terrible.
Did it have a name?
It was an Aperol spritz,
Oh yeah, Aperol
but
spritz.
Kayleigh style.
Kayleigh style. So yeah,
cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, I mean it's tasty.
That is pretty delightful, in
Yeah.
fact.
Mm-hmm.
Very drinkable.
Even though it doesn't have pear in it,
No.
it is
but,
still yeah. I feel like it's more Christmassy because of that.
Yes.
Like it's more the cranberry taste, which I thought might be overpowered by the Aperol. But I think it actually works quite well.
It's balancing well, because you still get a little bit of the bite of the Aperol.
Yeah, the bitterness.
But not as much bitterness as in an Aperol Spritz.
Mm-hmm.
I like
it. Actually would be quite a dangerous drink, I think, to drink.
Yeah. We'll have to be careful.
Yes, exactly. We have to make sure our little Santa Clauses are showing too.
Oh, yeah. I think, well, they're little, like, gnomey Santa Clauses.
Are they?
Sparkling. Yeah.
Would you call that a gnome or a Santa Claus?
See, well,
a gnome Claus.
A gnome Claus. The thing is, when I bought them from IKEA, they had a whole gnome thing going on.
Ah, okay.
So I think it was part of that thing they were doing. But speaking of, did you happen to see IKEA totally, like, spoof Balenciaga this week?
No, I haven't.
So Balenciaga released some sort of a towel skirt.
Oh, okay.
That literally just looks like a terry cloth towel wrapped around this guy.
Okay.
Who's wearing,
and it's like fashion.
Yeah, he's wearing
not like functional.
Nope, it's a fashion. He's wearing like a black, like collared shirt, and then this towel skirt, and the towel skirt is something like 1,200 euro or something. And the next day, IKEA got one of their like employees or I don't know, model they have on tap to like funny. Do the same thing, wearing like a black shirt and then wrapped one of their towels around, and it was like towel skirt, 14 euro.
Oh my god, that's really funny.
I like it when big brands have a sense of humor.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's also partly why I've been enjoying the like Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce romance so much, because the NFL, ESPN,
everybody loves it.
They're in there.
Yep,
they're enjoying it. they're making it work for them.
They are,
and I find it amusing.
Yeah, those are some big brands.
There's some very big brands. I digress, though.
Yeah, well, that's all right. That's all right.
The marketing things I watch.
Yeah, they are good though. I mean, I think I sent you one earlier this week about that was the conspiracy theory about Taylor.
Oh, which I've seen before.
And the jets. So like, I guess she was getting bad press or something for how much her jet produces in terms of carbon emission each year. And so like, if you Googled Taylor Swift jets or Taylor Swift jet, it would be all these like bad press.
Yeah.
And then she went to a Jets football game like a weekend after that or something. And then as soon as you Googled Taylor Swift jet, the SEO would pull the NFL game.
And for so many pages, you're never gonna get to how much, how
bad press there was.
How much bad press there was. I mean,
yeah. So that's quite an interesting way to hack the SEO.
Well, it's also interesting to think about that some of the media stories we read out there about celebrities and which ones are actually true or which ones are plants. Or I remember I worked with a girl in Southern California who had previously worked at a pretty big PR firm in LA.
Yeah.
And she was convinced that the Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes was a PR setup.
Really? Yeah. That's interesting.
Because apparently that sort of thing happens all the time.
Don't they have a kid though?
I mean, they do now.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But this was like early days,
right?
Oh goodness, no.
Oh yeah. I was like, that was like generations ago, wasn't it?
I was still living in Southern California, so that was like at least 19 years ago.
Yeah.
If not 20.
That's interesting.
But yeah. So, and she said that they did that sort of thing all the time.
Interesting.
It was like set up celebrities on dates.
Yeah.
To
just
be
for
photographed and whatnot.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how that's maybe changed from the like late 90s to now too, because I think people respond to PR stunts differently now because we are more in the know maybe of what the old tactics used to be.
Well, and before it was literally just paparazzi grabbing photos, and it was in like a tabloid magazine at print at the checkout counter. Websites were becoming a little bit of a thing, but there was no social media. There was no, like, you and me weren't snapping photos.
You just got the photos in the magazines. Yeah.
So the landscape of that has definitely changed.
Have you started watching Crown Series 6?
No,
Diana.
I sort of stopped The Crown at like season 3. I think.
Okay.
I think season 4 is where Diana and Charles come into play.
Maybe. It could be.
And
yeah, maybe.
It was somewhere in that season where I don't know, I found it really uncomfortable.
Well, I think the first season, that's interesting that you say that, because the first season of Diana and Charles, I remember feeling like the acting was so good that I felt like I was watching like a private self-destruction
Yes.
of a family.
Yes.
And it was like so well acted that you were like, I shouldn't be watching
Yeah, it felt like I was reading someone's diary.
Yeah,
or something.
exactly.
I don't know, I just felt...
Yeah.
It's rare for me to jump ship from a show. Like, I'm usually, if I'm in, I want to know what the ending is.
Yeah.
But maybe it's that.
But it's really interesting how they've done season, like, because I've watched all the seasons, I'm like, all right, I'm going to just stick it out. And I don't think that it's gotten that great of reviews, but, I mean, so far, what I've seen is what they've done in all the other seasons, so I don't see how it's starkly different. But it is really interesting looking back at the media context at that time and like seeing it from a completely different perspective. And just it was just horrible for people. It still is.
A lot of people. I mean,
for a lot of people.
It's I think that's part of why the reviews are mixed. I think it's too close to us still.
Yeah,
like, there hasn't
I think
been
that's
enough
what
history, there hasn't been enough distance. You know, like I vividly remember the day she died. I was old enough to be aware of that, and
like watching it on the news.
Yeah. Obviously I wasn't living here at the time, so it's a whole other context. If you know.
Yeah. Like I was a kid, and definitely.
But yeah, it is very interesting. The media has changed a lot. How we consume content. I mean, look at us. We have our own like TV channel. And audio, like radio channel, essentially. Which neither of us probably thought in 1997 that we would be well,
doing.
it wasn't an option, right? Like, you know, if you were going to be on TV or be on the radio, like you had to do like broadcast journalism as a degree, or
and,
you
like, get
had
good
to like
training in it.
Become an actor, and you know, that's all really hard to do. And here we are, we're just like, hey, we got a camera. I know how to upload stuff to YouTube. I mean, I do now. I didn't really when I started, let's be honest.
Yeah, there was someone actually, did you see the comment on our last episode? There was somebody who put some really helpful comments about the kit to like expand on, to like get the lighting really right and the autofocus and stuff. So I thought those were helpful suggestions.
Okay, I did not. I'll be honest, last week was a blur.
Oh yeah, fair.
It was like the first week. I feel like every week we're like, I've been really busy. But last week was the first week I felt good again, so I was like trying to catch up on everything. So I did not actually read very many comments. Yeah, we'll go back and do that.
Yeah. Probably. You were also too, when we released it, you were at the retreat.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, I was.
So you like released it and then was nonstop for 5 days.
That's true.
Which sounded like it went well, though.
Oh, it was a really fun retreat. It was big. With like, there were 15 of us.
Yeah, and that was the biggest one so far.
Yeah. So it was really fun, though. Mellerby was just magical as usual.
Yeah.
Had some really good food.
Yeah. Cooked by somebody who...
Cooked by me.
By you. And your soup connoisseur.
And my soup connoisseur, Beverly, who is our newest team member. Who I don't think she'll mind saying, because this was her own admission. She's not much of a cook. But I taught her how to make soup.
I heard she was vital
she
support
was
in the
absolutely
kitchen.
vital support, and she was such a good sport, because I totally, like, you know, she got thrown in the deep end.
That's what Carmen does. She hires people and then goes,
It's not usually like on purpose.
It's never on purpose.
Oh shit, something else has happened and this thing has come up. But that is also just so true of running a small business.
Exactly.
And or even like in a big business, things happen, but you got more people to spread it across. Here it's like something's happened and all of us are affected or have to scramble, or there's fewer of us to like spread the chaos over. So yeah, Beverly did a great job. We introduced her on Instagram this week.
Yep. So if you haven't seen that yet, go and check that out on our post.
She's lovely. Maybe we'll convince her to be on the podcast.
Yeah, that'd be great.
At some point. But yeah, I need to give myself a little pat on the back, because I literally made the best lamb of my life.
Oh, that's very good. That's something that I would like to put as a cap of my feather.
Oh, lamb.
I don't think I've made lamb stew.
Okay.
But that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
But I want to do like a rack of lamb.
I make an excellent rack of lamb, because it was one of my dad's specialties in the restaurant.
Really? Oh,
yeah, it's one of the recipes he would always like give out to cookbooks that were like, you know, publishing local restaurants of Oregon.
Oh, cool.
And it's one that he has taught me.
Ooh, I feel like I want this recipe.
It's really good. It's very good. But that is not what I made. I made a Moroccan-inspired lamb neck.
Okay.
And the thing, when you're cooking for 15 people, is like getting the timing of everything right. Like that is the tricky part, right? And especially when you're trying to get meat to a certain temperature, a certain thing, and serve everything. And I was like, eek.
Well, I guess you have some, at least, insight and experience into what a crazy kitchen.
Yeah,
but not your like sous chef and your soup chef and your cream chef and your your 19 other chefs, your dishwasher.
I mean, in fairness, my dad didn't have that either.
Yeah, okay. So you didn't get your dad's style.
I was definitely doing dad's style.
He was looking down on you and being like...
Well, I guess you were paying attention. I was paying attention. That's true. But it was like perfectly tender.
Oh, good.
Well seasoned. It was very nice. Yeah. We even had like someone who had never had lamb before who enjoyed it. So
very good.
I feel like that
didn't you have pheasant too?
We ended up, I pulled the pheasant
fair.
from the menu because that was just like a step too far.
Yeah. I mean, I've been wanting to try to do pheasant too. But again, I don't know what I'm going to do with this.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we get local pheasant from up there, and I think actually she didn't have any pheasant, or not enough for this time. I could have done venison.
Yeah.
And that I was like, ooh, I'm not as comfortable with venison.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I just left that.
Yeah. Fair.
That's just a little insight into like the meals that you get. Yeah. At the retreat.
We're very much locally inspired, and we'll have, and seasonal as well.
Seasonal, local, like family recipes that we really like. I mean, this time it was pretty much all mine because I was doing the cooking. Yeah. But I made Amanda's ginger cake that she always makes for the retreat. Yeah. I didn't do it as well.
Oh. Well, are you sure Amanda gave you? I was going to say, you sure Amanda gave you the right recipe?
Amanda definitely gave me the correct recipe. What I did realize all of a sudden was she always doubles it. So there might be something in the doubling because I only ended up with one loaf tin. And there's probably something that Amanda puts in that isn't in that recipe.
She just is inspired in the moment.
Yeah.
I love it. You know what this would be really good with these flavors is a brandy as well.
Ooh, yeah, like a warm version?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway. Again, you may think this is a podcast about yarn, but the first, 15 minutes of this has just been us talking about food and drink.
We talked about PR and marketing.
Yes, we did do that. I guess I'm just so focused on the food and drink. You can tell I haven't had dinner yet.
Yes. I don't know what I'm making for dinner either. Yeah. We're also giving away what time of day.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. We are going to work on our lighting too, because winter is harder to film in. Yeah. Let's be honest.
And the mics. We did try out mics. I'm waiting for Max Volume to tell me what it was like editing that episode of the audio before we do something else. I'm also going to try out a new editing software. Ooh, very exciting. Yeah, because I got a new computer. Yes, which is also very exciting. Which is very exciting, and it is primarily because my computer was like dying doing the editing. You've had that computer though for a while. I have had it for a while, and it was not intended to do this kind of work, so that's fair. We're just upgrading a little bit, you know? Yeah. So, should we talk about what we're wearing? Yeah, we should definitely talk about what we're wearing. We actually are well matched. We are pretty well matched, yeah. So this is finally my Tessellated, which I was supposed to finish for Rhinebeck and didn't. So you mostly finished it. I finished it up to the point where I had my needles in one of these, and it was like really pathetic that that's how much I had left, and I didn't do it in time for the hill. Yeah, I do seem to remember the night before though. We were all trying to wordle or something. Yes. And we were like, Kayleigh, just knit your... And I couldn't get the wordle. It was driving me insane because everybody else was getting the wordle, and it was a difficult wordle. And so it like took everybody a bit longer than it normally would. But like my brain that night was like... It was also too after Wollenfolk though, so we were all like exhausted. Very tired, yes. But I was like, oh, I'm going to try to finish my Tessellated. And yeah, that did not happen. But you were like, I got to wordle first, then I got to do this other thing first.
And we were all like, just knit!
It
But
didn't
it's
happen.
done now. It's very pretty.
Yes, I love it.
And I think you've styled it very well.
Yep, so I'll stand up.
Kayleigh's got a really cute like dress on underneath it.
Yep.
It's like a party
dress.
It's
very shiny.
Yeah, it's a shiny dress.
Yeah. I thought about actually getting rid of it on Vinted, but
Okay.
now I've paired it with this. I'm like, nope.
See, it's all about finding new ways to wear your old clothes.
So I'm just gonna come up close because, as you all know, with Spincycle, sometimes you can't see it as well in the background when it's paired with other things. Yeah. So I used as my main our Opus in HIckory, and then for the kind of really purpley dots, that's our Fluff. So right here in, I always forget the name of it.
Amethyst.
I want to call it whatever it's called in Origin. So Amethyst, which it is very much amethyst, so I should remember it. And then I used my favorite color of Spincycle, which is Shades of the Earth.
I love Shades of the Earth too.
You can just get so many really interesting skeins. Like
Yeah, it's one of those that I have collected several of.
Yeah,
If I go through my stash, I'm like, oh, I actually have several of these.
Yeah.
Use one.
They're amazing. So yeah, and it was really fun knit. It was very quick, even though I didn't do it quick enough. I'm gonna do another one in the bright orange colors that
you originally picked.
I originally picked before we had Fluff. So I'm gonna try to do that too in time for spring, so I can wear that because those are like quite summery spring colors. So I can have like a muted, moody one and then a bright one.
Love it.
Yep.
And you've got your hat on again.
I got my hat on again. Love this hat. I'm primarily wearing it because my hair is disgusting, which is also why it's in plaits, or braids as we like to call them. They're like these weird twisted braids.
I was gonna say they're like twisty ones.
Yeah.
They're cute.
Another Instagram reel. Find. Yeah, so that's me. I also have I do have some knitted socks in our Ushatita, which we have now back in stock.
Yes, back in stock.
Which is very exciting. So I have it in Stroopwafel.
Excuse me.
Stroopwafel?
Stroopwafel.
Is that how the Dutch would say it though?
Similar.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Probably
It's
not
pretty
quite so
German.
animated. Yeah.
Which is one of my absolute favorites. It's one of their like semi-solids actually. But she has such cool colors. I'm actually staring at that orange one. I'm like, which one is that?
That might be the coral. It might be purple.
Okay.
I think that's the one. We also have their DK in this time.
Do we?
Yeah, their super soft DK.
Did I get that?
Yes,
That's so exciting.
Because I
very nice.
know, like, I love this time of year to make hats, and it's, you can, I mean, obviously, like, make sweater or whatever you want out of it, but I think it's a great one skein hat yarn. Throw a pom-pom on it, and, like, you've got presents, you've just got something fun to wear.
Definitely. That's the one I used for my,
side-by-side.
Yeah, side-by-side. And that's actually, too, it's been in the shop for a while. I'm probably going to steal it after Christmas to wear.
Yeah.
Because I haven't worn it.
Yeah.
Really. Because it took me ages to make because I'm the worst test knitter in the world. Which also means since the last time we filmed too, I've taken on 2 test knits. I don't know why I do this.
I like that you're like, when did I become a slutty knitter?
Exactly. I used to be like a one project kind of girl, and now non-monogamous.
Oh, well, you know, it happens to the best of us with craft projects.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm really excited. Well, I'm really excited about both of the test knits. I know for one of them, which is a vest by Lily Kate, which she's posted on her stories already. It's her overdrive vest. I know I'm just gonna wear the hell out of that.
Yeah.
And I'm using High Desert.
Oh, it's about time.
Yes. So the color that I forced Carmen to get when she had the samples, I was like, you have to use this. You have to get this one. But yeah, I'm finally using it. I'm really happy with it. It's going to look beautiful on that vest. It will have really, because there's this really beautiful moss stitch definition that she does on the sleeve. And I think it goes down to the side, but I could be wrong on that. And I just think the stitch definition and origins are really going to show that off really well.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
that'll be very nice.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll mention what I'm wearing.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing Fierce by Kate Oates. This was also a Rhinebeck sweater project.
Yeah.
That was done in time.
I love the colors that you chose.
Yes, so I chose Origin in Fireweed with Dream State in
Dream World.
Dream World. That is right. I'm very happy with how it turned out. It's a little bit cropped, so I've got to wear something.
It fits you really
but
nicely,
it fits
though.
me very well.
Especially
Like the shoulders. It is quite warm. It has sort of been the first day where it's cool enough to put it on. Because it is all over color work, which means it's basically a double layer of fabric. Yeah. And because it's a snug fitting sweater, then it's very warm.
Yeah, so definitely.
It's definitely what I'm taking to Germany with me for Christmas.
That'll be nice.
It'll be colder there. So yeah, I'm a big fan though. I'm very happy with the color.
Yeah, definitely. Very happy with the color. It looks great on you, and I think it works really well with Dream World.
Yeah. I think I will definitely be making one of the hats.
Yeah.
A fierce hat. Something fun. I might have a vibe check or something in my stash.
Yeah. I feel like you must.
I mean, I feel like I must as well.
Yeah.
I really need to go through my stash
use
again.
our custom color.
I could use our custom color, next level.
Yeah. How's your test knit in our custom, not test knit, your just knit?
I brought it with me.
Did you?
Of course I did.
Oh, let's see it.
I thought we might do a whole, what we're knitting segment.
Yes. Well, I brought my knitting too. So.
Okay, great. Yes, let's talk about some whips.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, I only brought one of my whips because I showed off my last one last time, which was the Moby sweater, which I put on pause because that's not a test knit. And I started the Lily Kate test knit the day she sent us the pattern.
Of course.
And I started my other test knit, which is very exciting.
Yes, it is very exciting.
Which is Max's, so if you watched Max and Vincent's last podcast, Max was showing off basically this.
Yes.
So
you've done loads since I saw you last.
Not really. I feel like I should have gone further, but
it's so good.
So what is this called again?
Plump it up.
Plump it up. Yeah. Max always has the best names.
Vincent told me I wasn't allowed to encourage him on this one. And I was like, are you kidding me? It's hilarious.
It's so good. So this is Plump It Up by Max the Knitter. I'm trying to get it to focus. There you go. Look at those stitches. Look at that beautiful quality. Oh my god. And this is using our Fluff held double. And Plump by Spincycle. Yep. And I'm using it in Glacial Depths and Fluff, and in Plump I'm using their Under the Wave. And when I picked the colors, I was like, ooh, these are Susan's colors. Ooh, Susan's gonna want these colors. Susan's gonna be so jealous. And then I brought it to her house later that day, and she was like, oh,
I want to do that. So we have some matchy shawls around here.
Exactly.
And yeah, if you want, we will have kits available for this. Yeah. But if you want to get ready for it, it's going to be 2 skeins of Fluff and 2 skeins of Spincycle Plump. Yeah. So,
and it's super quick. I mean, it knits up because it's bulky weight really quickly. But it's pretty straightforward pattern. So I would bet that when it's released, I think there are some people who could do it in time for Christmas.
Definitely. I mean, Max said it was a 3-day knit. Yeah. So add on a little bit because you might be busy with something other than knitting. But you could definitely still make one for Christmas. You can gift someone the kit for Christmas. That sort of thing. Yeah. I think it's a great pattern. I will definitely go on.
It is so soft too. I'm gonna love wearing it. Yeah. I'm really excited for it.
I'm trying to finish this, which I thought I was going to have done 2 weeks ago. Yep. But
you had to frog it.
I had to frog it. And
but still, oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah. So I am making a Liebling sweater by Camilla Vaad in Plump. But I'm not actually, several people have done this, and they've made the Liebling but as a t-shirt.
Right, yeah.
In this, because it's actually a roll top, like a turtleneck and long sleeve is the original pattern, but I've just gone with a little crew neck, and then I'm making it a t-shirt, and I've done it in Next Level Plump, so our custom colorway, and it's looking amazing. Yeah. And I was halfway down my rib cage, and I tried it on, and it was too big.
Oh.
So I've gone down a size, and what I've decided to do is I'm going to put some short rows in. That's kind of why I sold that, because I now have to do some math.
You're working with Amanda though, right?
Yeah, but I've done my measurements. I'm not going to explain to you how to do them because I won't get it all right. But the first step is you have to get someone to measure from your shoulder down to the back of your bra strap on your back, and then you have to do the same thing across the front shoulder to under your bra strap across the nipple, because basically you're looking for the difference in measurement from the back to the front.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah.
And that is what's going to help you calculate your short rows.
Yeah.
So that's as far as I've gotten.
So you're doing short rows, not darts, or
well, no, that's how
darts work.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've only done it once before, so I don't remember exactly, and Amanda helped me with that. So
really, step 0 then is to get an Amanda in your life.
Yeah, there are some good videos. I know Coco Knits has a really good video on darts as well.
Because they're all about the custom fit.
Yeah. So, and that's what I've done it in before, is the Coco Knits pattern.
Yep.
I haven't finished, but the darts are done.
There you go.
I think my next step is also, I need to figure out how many stitches there are actually across the front.
Okay.
Like, that is in the pattern. I just have to sit down and do the math. Basically.
It's beautiful though.
But I'm excited, and once I have that, like, this should be done very quickly. I had knit this in like 3 days.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the Plump just knits up so quick.
Yeah, this I've done in like 2 days, really.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm very excited, and because I really liked the way the yarn was turning out in my original version.
Oh, right, yeah.
I balled everything up. Oh no, did I lose my things? I've balled everything up, and I've put little post-its with the ball number.
Perfect.
That they're supposed to be in, but it does look like I have lost one. Crap. One of them fell out. I'll have to guess. That's really sad. Anyways, so that is one. And then the other one I'm working on, which I kind of thought I was further on.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that.
Is my second sock. I have shown off the first sock before.
Yeah.
And I thought I was at the heel. I am not at the heel.
Are these toe up or no, cuff down?
They're cuff down.
Yep.
And actually I put this one in the shop this week because we got the Shirley Bryan yarn in the shop, which we'll show off in a second.
Yep.
And then I was like, well, I'm gonna need that sock back to see how far I knit it. So this is going well.
Well, you could take the measurement of it, right?
Yeah, I could take the measurement.
Although it is always easier to, I guess, hold them side by side.
Yeah, I could also count the rows.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So. Oh, it looks awesome though.
Yes.
So was that a full skein of the mini skein?
No.
One of them?
So it is, I'll show you what the Shirley Bryan yarn looks like wound up. So that is what it looks like wound up. It's a gradient. So you can see the dark blue in the middle. It's not focusing. And then it goes through the pink and the like gold to like a rusty red. And I did not get to the rusty red.
Oh, okay.
So I pulled the wrong skein. No, I thought I pulled the same color. But this is what they look like in the skein. Yeah. So they're kind of, you can't really see the gradient that's going on. You've got to use your imagination. They look what I lovingly call a little messy.
Yeah,
because the colors are all over the place.
Like you kind of, that's why it's so important to like see how it's knit up.
Yeah.
Because then it all makes sense. And this is what I say too, actually, with the Spincycle, is like, think of all of the colors in that skein, and then think of how they will transition. That's how it's going to actually work out in the end for you. And it's the same thing with this.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
This, by the way, is called Well Look Whose Hobby is Being Snobby. She's got really good color names.
Yep. Yep, so I picked 2 of my favorite colors. This one reminds me so much of the colors that my mom would like. And if it was getting my mom yarn for Christmas,
that's what you would get.
That's what I'd get her. But I feel like that is a step too far to enabling her to not use her stash, which is one of her big goals for both this year and next year.
You're being a supportive daughter.
So I'm trying to support her. But this is Vendy. There we go.
It's like really pretty blues and golds and
so I'd love a sock in that.
Yeah.
And then the other one I have is I'm not afraid of storms, for I'm learning to sail my ship, which is Wow, that's a lovely name.
Yeah, good name.
That is a really
Such
good name.
names.
And those are very much my kind of colors. So, yeah.
So I've also picked the
those...
Aperol Spritz because of the drink that we got, which is just really bright neon orange with some sort of beige in it.
Let me hold it closer
Okay,
for you.
You can hold it closer.
There you go. Look at that.
Very bright.
Very gorgeous.
Yeah. And then this one is an aquarium is a submarine for fish. So
oh my god, that's so funny. This is very much a Jen Rua.
Yeah. I'd say that's
color.
also a Carmen, a Sandra,
Yep.
a Susan.
Yep. There you go.
I bet that's really pretty knit up.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm guessing it'll go from the dark blue into like the lightest sort of blues in that. So yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think we've said this in a lot of places. I also, now that I've seen this, I'm like, oh my god. I also should not be buying yarn.
You should just finish your test knit.
I know, I need to finish my test knit. That's why I don't need to buy yarn. And it's not like hopefully this isn't the one chance I get to buy this yarn ever in my
we'll
life.
hopefully have it again. It is definitely leaving the shelves quickly, but it is very special. I was very excited when she said yes, we could wholesale her yarn.
Yeah, definitely.
By the way, just in case you're wondering, her name is not Shirley Bryan. It's Becky.
It's Becky.
Yeah.
And the name comes from her, Shirley was, I think, her grandmother?
Yes.
And then Brian was her father, who, she was saying on the website, passed away much too soon. And really supported her in her small business throughout. So, lovely names.
Great. Like, she's definitely very good at naming things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we didn't just get the deconstructed fade sets. They're very special. I mean, I don't really see anyone else doing those. They are an absolute labor of love to make. They're quite a lot of work. So we also got her Starboard sock, which is a 75 merino, 25 nylon. Equally as cool. But the thing about the deconstructed fade sock sets is they'll make you a perfect pair of fading socks. And in a full 100-gram skein, you're gonna have to work that out for yourself a little bit, if that's what you want. Or you could, use it for a shawl or color work in something. Or
that one too. It has actually, when you were holding it up, you didn't get as many of the speckles in it.
True.
But it is really cool skein.
Yeah, it's very cool. This one's called Swim Down. So
apologies if you heard that. We had a Spider-Man and a few of Spider-Man's other Spidey friends outside the window.
I.e. small children.
Yeah, exactly. I looked over and I saw Spider-Man and I was like, oh, okay.
Walcot Street is weird and wonderful sometimes. So that's what we got in. Do you have any more whips?
No, I didn't bring my
one more.
Lily Kate because it's just a back right now.
Oh, well. Is it in pieces?
It is. You start off doing the back and you add in some short rows and then you knit that to a certain place and then you go and do the front and then you'll eventually end up in the round.
Okay.
But yeah.
So because I didn't want to do the math on my Liebling, I've been knitting on this a bit.
Oh, good.
Which is my Stockholm vest.
I love those colors.
Yeah, it's so nice. I'm very nearly down. I'm very nearly at the ribbing. I have a progress keeper here somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
So I think I have like another 1.5 inches to go, and then I'm gonna do. I tried it on. It's quite boxy, so I'm gonna make it like sort of long enough because I think I don't like the boxy and cropped.
Okay.
So I've decided to go fairly long on it. Definitely in my color wheelhouse. It's like bright pink and sort of a burgundy.
I love the how the tweed in this, the Isidore tweed, has those little pops of color.
Yes, that you can kind of see coming through. Yeah, it's made it very like interesting. It's not flat at all. So
no. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So you're using Isidore tweed and Isidore mohair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I've got those on the go. I did not volunteer to do the Plump It Up shawl.
No.
Test knit, but I am gonna start the field sweater.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
It's Max's other
fluff
pattern that he's working on.
Is it the field one that you're doing or the office?
Officer, sorry.
Officer, yeah. I was gonna say.
Where's my brain today? The officer sweater, which he posted about last week sometime. And I'm going to do it in very different colors.
What colors?
I'm not going to tell you.
No.
Not yet.
All will be revealed.
Yeah. Well, because I could change my mind.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not doing it as a test knit, because there's no way I'm getting that done on time. But I'm going to knit it, because I tried his on.
Oh, yes.
When we saw them.
Yeah.
And it is just so gorgeous. And like flattering. And
I mean, a sweater in Fluff is just so amazing to wear. During Woolen Folk, I wore our sample of the Locatelli Instant Crush.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was so nice to wear. I mean, despite how like crowded it was in there.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't overheat in it. It's really temperature regulating. It was so nice and so soft.
Yes.
You just felt cozy all day.
We need to photograph that one, actually.
Yeah.
I haven't shown that one off yet.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's very nice. Yeah. So.
Did we not photograph? Did we not show
It wasn't
off yet?
we didn't get it
we didn't
until
have
we were,
it until we were in October.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I'm knitting. Can I show you something else I got
Yeah?
this week?
Yeah. How exciting is it?
It's very
out of 10.
It's,
Is it a 12?
It's definitely like at least a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you saw the Sacred Sheep event.
No. Okay. This is like a 15 out of 10. Oh my goodness! I can't believe that you got one. I'm so like jealous right now.
So Spincycle collaborated with Ritual Dyes, who has done this knitter's backpack for years now. And it's very cool. And I've always really liked the design, but I've never really liked the colors. Like, they've just not really been my colors. And then Spincycle and Ritual Dyes went and did like a collaboration for Sacred Sheep, and it was like Carmen in a backpack. So I had to get one. So this is the Knitter's Backpack by Ritual Dyes. And it is a lovely gray.
It's gorgeous.
With this like sort of burgundy purpley strap here. And then it's like a navy blue leather that holds it all together.
That's so cool.
There's like a navy blue leather pocket in here with both their logos on it. And it actually it holds quite a bit. I have gone for, and you know what I loved too, is they didn't just offer one strap size.
Oh, perfect.
So they offered a 36-inch strap size and a 40 inches because 36 was not going to be long enough to be comfortable on me. So I got the longer one. So I really appreciate you guys thinking about the longer-backed tall people. Or just those people who like to wear it quite a bit lower.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah,
oh
very
my
cool.
god, I'm so jealous. I was like really thinking about getting one myself, and then I was like, you know what, Kayleigh, you just need to stop buying stuff.
Well, I also had the same, and I was at the retreat when they had the like shop update for online. And I thought, oh, I should set an alarm, and it was going to be like in the middle of dinner or something. So I kind of forgot about it, and then I was in the bathtub because we always have these lovely like roll top baths at Mowry, and then I was like, oh, those went on sale. Oh, there's like not a chance in hell they're still available.
Yeah.
And then I looked, and there was still one available. Yay! And so I ordered it.
Oh, good. You deserve it. Yep.
I am very excited by it.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is very much my colors.
Yeah.
And it is more comfortable than I expected to wear.
No, good.
It is definitely not meant for like I'm not going to use hiking. Like my laptop's not going in it.
Yeah. It's like a yarn, like a knitting.
Yeah, it's a knitting. Yeah. Like it's for putting my knitting in. It's for maybe like some snacks. I did wear it into town the other day with just like a few bits for errands.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like a backpack that I'm throwing my laptop, my water bottle, my lunch, 3 notebooks, 400 pens, and whatever else in. I've got several backpacks for that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Is lots of backpacks are made for that.
Yes,
and
they are.
I'm pretty sure both you and I have quite a few of them. So
yes, we do. Yeah, so I am very pleased with that.
Yeah.
I think that is my little Christmas present. Actually, I ordered myself an actual Christmas present today.
Oh, nice. Are you going to talk about it next time? Or are you going to reveal all now? It's like Carmen's coming to us with all of these like little secrets.
Well, I kind of... I'm hoping that it works.
Okay.
So
You're gonna be like, is it a I don't know, spinning machine?
No.
Is it a...
No. I am so tempted by a sock machine though.
Yes.
That is not in the budget currently, but that is on my
I
list.
thought for a minute, I was like, could be a sock machine.
No, not a sock machine. It's an original Game Boy.
Oh, nice. Very good.
With original Tetris and all 3 original Mario games.
Okay. Is this the one that, like, they've been...
No.
No. Okay, it's an original one.
It is an actual original refurbished.
Okay. Ooh, very nice.
I found it on Etsy by a guy in Germany. So I've actually, because I'm going to Germany for Christmas, I've ordered it to my cousin's house.
Yeah.
So I will
it's like a proper Christmas present.
It's like a proper Christmas present.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really hope this works for like a while. But I don't know why recently I was like, I could really, like, I'd love to play like original Tetris. Yeah. I don't want Tetris on my phone. I want the buttons. I just want the little black and white screen. I don't want anything fancy. I'm not really a gamer, but I do enjoy
a Tetris.
A Tetris or like a little Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
And I thought, I wonder if anyone does that. And then I went down a little rabbit hole of the history of Nintendo and where it is right now.
I mean, if you are more of a gamer, I would definitely advocate for the Switch because I freaking love my Switch. And you get so I have part of it is I have the online membership.
Oh yeah.
Which is only like £34 a year.
Yeah, that's
so like
bad.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And you get like all of these free games from N64, SNES, NES, and what's the other one that they just came out with? I think they're starting to come out with some of the Game Cube ones as well.
Okay.
And so they have, I'm just gonna get really nerdy here.
Yeah, go
they have
for it.
Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, which was
that's
like
fun.
an absolute staple of my childhood when I could actually play it because my brother Alex was always playing it. I think my brother Steven played it as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. So Ocarina of Time is amazing. Like if you're a game person, you haven't played it, you have to play it. I've played it like a million times. But then it has like the original Super Mario Brothers.
Was Zelda a Nintendo game?
No, yeah, Zelda was one of their
Okay.
original Nintendo games.
Okay.
Came out I think in 1986, I want to say.
Okay.
The first one, and that was on the NES.
Yeah.
And then I just love too how the story has like evolved but also stayed the same in so many lovely ways.
Okay.
So they've done like all of the Zelda games. I haven't met a Zelda game that I don't like. Although I haven't played all of them.
That is weird that I never really played that, but we never had the original NES. Our neighbors, like friends of ours, had it, and we used to play when we would like. It was like family friends. So when my parents were over there, then we'd like go play.
We had the
NES.
We had the SNES, the
Okay.
Super Nintendo Entertainment
No,
System.
they had the original. Like we'd play like Duck Hunt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think original Super Mario was on that, and we never really played Zelda. And then my sister one year begged for the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
We'd had a Game Boy that had been like but that also we fought. It was technically my sister's, but like
You only had one Game Boy.
One Game Boy, and I played it quite a bit. And my dad used to play it when he
really?
came home at
Yeah.
night, and then like the batteries would be dead, and everybody would be like, "Why is the batteries dead?" in the Game Boy. So and then we got Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
And mostly we played Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And
That was like, that's the thing, like, it's always really funny because my mom always talks about how she would always go like really overboard at Christmas. So like every year she'd be like, I'm not going to go overboard. And then she'd go overboard at Christmas. And looking back at it as a kid, I'm like, yeah, she kind of did go overboard on Christmas. She bought us like every single entertainment system. Like as soon as it came out and like waited in queues to like get them because we didn't like to share. Like, well, no, we had one of any of the like actual big systems. We made one of those, but I had my own Game Boy Color, and I think I had it in a bright pink.
Nice.
And then Alex had a Game Boy Color, and Steven had a Game Boy, like an original Game Boy, because he's an '87 kid, whereas we're '90s kids.
He's still a baby.
Yeah. And then we had N64, and we used to love one of the best games on N64 was GoldenEye, 007 GoldenEye. And the music in that, like, to this day, like, slaps. It is so
hi, Peaches.
good.
Peaches has come over to say hello.
But yeah, so these are bringing back lots of memories.
Yeah. Well, so I'm hoping this works. I'm hoping I find it as entertaining as I remember finding it. And this might put me on a little gamer path. Who knows?
Join me.
But I kind of, like, what I was thinking about is I don't want to play a thing on my phone. Like, I'm on my phone enough.
Yeah.
So, because someone was like, actually several people were like, you can just get Tetris for your phone. I'm like, oh, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
I want buttons. Like, actual buttons. I want a device. I want a device. I want something that isn't my phone, because I'm on that enough.
I don't want, like, notifications coming up while I'm playing Tetris.
Yep.
I want to be able to put that phone away and just play my video games.
Yes. Because sometimes I'm not quite in a book mood. Yeah. You know?
I spend a lot of time playing video games, as well as knitting, which is difficult. Yeah, I spend a lot of time playing video games, and I spend a lot of time knitting, but the two aren't always mutually conducive projects, because I need to be fighting evil, and I can't do that while knitting.
No, and that's the thing, like, you need your hands for both of
exactly.
those. And yeah, so what's your favorite video game at the moment then?
Well, I have been playing, so the reason I bought the Switch was because I wanted to play Zelda Breath of the Wild. Okay. Which came out in 2017, and I think I bought my Switch in 2020. So I was playing that for ages, finished that, and then Tears of the Kingdom came out earlier this year, so since about June I've been playing that. Okay. But I'm going through it very slowly because it is so good, and I do not want it to end. Aww. And I want to make sure I get all of the side quests as well as the main quest. So I've spent a lot of time playing that. And then there's a digital version of the board game Wingspan.
I don't know this.
It's an amazing board game.
Okay.
Sam and I own the board game as well as the digital version. And I really like that. It's super relaxing. It's a card-based game, but you're like building your own little like so it's like an engine building game, which basically means you're like trying to use birds that have superpowers to like gain more resources to be able to like get more birds in your bird sanctuary. And cool. Like, yeah, it's just very relaxing and has lovely music.
Love it.
So sometimes I play that at lunch because I can play like, I'll like have my lunch and then I can play one of those and then I can go back to work if it's within that hour break. So nice. Yeah.
It's good to give your brain an actual break in the workday.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
And it's all like strategy based too, so you're still like using your brain, but in a different way than I have to for my work. So
didn't think you'd hear the knitters talk about video games today, did you?
Yeah, I know. I wasn't. Sam was asking me, he was like, what are you just going to talk about today? And I was like, I don't know, we got some new yarn in, we'll probably do that and talk about our whips and like talk about this cocktail and blah 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 blah. Did not think this would come up.
No, did not either. But we like to keep it interesting.
Yeah, we do. But I think I would approve this drink.
I would definitely approve this drink. I think, yeah, I quite like it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I'd want to have too many of them.
No, it is quite sweet.
Yeah, definitely.
That, I think, is the juice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I do wonder if we could, I bet it's an American with the pear juice.
Yes. Yeah.
I bet I can find pear juice in Germany.
Yeah. Well, actually, to be fair, the reason I couldn't find pear juice is because I did not go to Waitrose. So I think if we went to Waitrose, there would be pear juice.
I don't know. I've been very disappointed in our
It would probably be
lately.
like pear and elderflower, because everything in this country has elderflower in it. Which I love.
Super true.
I love elderflower.
Yeah, but they're obsessed with it and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's probably everything.
Yes, I think so.
We do have some special things coming up for the end of the season. Because, you know, Christmas is coming and we're going to take a break.
We are.
Over the holidays. But we've got
a few more episodes.
So watch out for some announcements on the newsletter and on social media about some special podcast things we're going to do for the holidays.
They're going to be super special.
Super special.
And exciting.
Yes. We promise to tell you about them soon.
Yeah, exactly. When we fully worked them out.
Yes. They were an idea on Friday. And
we haven't actioned them yet.
No. So once we've done that, we will tell you about them.
Definitely.
But thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends about us.
Yep. And we'll see you next time.